What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Poke Office. My name is Colin. The question being asked in today's video is, if I had $1,000 to invest in Pokemon right now, what would I do? This question comes from Discord, where a newbie in the Discord community asked this question. Hey guys, I'm new to Poke investing. I have about $1,000 to invest in sealed and hold for the next 5 years. I'm thinking about getting 2 Evolving Skies booster boxes. What are your thoughts? What a sweet question. So immediately I was like, my brain was blah, 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 tingling, and I was like, I need to make a video about this because I've been pondering it ever since the question was asked. So if you want to join the Discord and maybe get a question asked and put it into a video, the link is down below in the description. So let's start with Evolving Skies. Personally, I love Evolving Skies. If you've been watching the channel for any amount of time, you probably know that I just bought a case of it. So I'm still a big believer in Evolving Skies. I think there's so many good things to talk about. So let's just dive in a little bit. Number one, I think, and this is not financial advice, but I think Evolving Skies is one of like the most risk-free investments of Pokemon right now for quite a few different reasons. The reason I say that, it's a big financial output, like it's expensive, but you have a set that is the most popular set out of Sword and Shield. It's the most popular set out of probably the last like 3 to 4, maybe even 5 years. I mean, I don't know if I can say it's more popular than Team Up or Cosmic Eclipse, but definitely out of the last like 3 or 4, maybe 5 years, the most popular set. You have a set that has survived reprint after reprint after reprint. There has been so much product out there in the market. Like there's a ton of PSA 10s of the Moonbryon, and it's still the biggest card out of the set. So that kind of tells you something. People just eat this set up. The chase is real. The pull rates kind of suck, but there's so many chase cards in the set. You have the Moonbryon. You have the Rayquaza VMAX. You have the Sylveon VMAX, the Leafeon VMAX, the Glaceon VMAX, all of the evolutions in their V alternate art cards. You have the Dragonite. You have the Noivern V Batman card. I'm missing some, but there's just so many cards that are chase cards in the set, and they all hold significant value. So at least if you like get a big hit out of the set, you make some of your money back, even though the set is crazy expensive. The other thing, because it's like 2.5 or 3 years old already, it's actually quite an old set, and you see the graph is actually like the last year has just been straight up. So I just don't see it ever being reprinted again. It's too old for that now. And I think that it's just proven itself over and over again that people love the set because it's got those chase cards, because people love evolutions, because I don't even know, it just is so well received. It was one of those COVID era bangers that it just people kept eating up. So I think that it's a little bit of a risk-free investment. However, that being said, I don't know if I would be putting or sinking all of my $1,000 into just Evolving Skies, because I actually, personally, I'm a bit of a gambler. So I kind of want to take a risk to go to like double my money. And I think you can double your money in Pokemon better or quicker than Evolving Skies. So full disclaimer, and I want to be upfront with you, I did buy a case of Evolving Skies. So I'm like 100% on board with buying Evolving Skies still. I still think it's going to like continue to increase. I think that there's huge opportunity still at $460 or $450, whatever dollars that an Evolving Skies booster box is worth right now. I think there's still big opportunity. And if you search high and low, like I got my booster case for less than market price. So there's opportunities to be had as well. But that's a little bit of a side rant. The next kind of opportunity that I wanted to talk about, we've been talking about it on the channel quite a bit recently, but the later half of Sword and Shield booster boxes, like we're in this window, in my opinion, where lots of these sets are 1 to 2, maybe even a little bit more than 2 years old. So you're kind of skipping that like 2-year stretch where they don't increase that much, or where they're in that reprint window where Pokemon can reprint it whenever. And there's still sets like Chilling Reign, Fusion Strike, Brilliant Stars even. Astral Radiance is a sleeper set, in my opinion, where they've gone through the reprint window. They're still right around MSRP. They're starting to climb up, and they might be a really good pickup. So Chilling Reign, we've talked about it a million times. I don't need to say much about it. Lots of YouTubers talk about Chilling Reign. The reasons I like it, though, is because there's so many chase cards in it. The pull rates are tough, but people like the chase of getting the Blaziken VMAX, for instance, or the Galarian Moltres, or, there's some really cool cards in the set. Fusion Strike, you have that Espeon VMAX, so kind of a continuation of Evolving Skies. You have the Gengar VMAX, which is one of the biggest cards out of Sword and Shield era. So those are some cool options as well. Plus, you're getting your money in a little bit cheaper. Like, I could see personally a Chilling Reign booster box or a Fusion Strike booster box doubling in value, so going from $160 to $320 quicker than I'd see an Evolving Skies booster box go from $450 to $900. So to actually double your money, I'm not sure Evolving Skies is actually the best play, especially if you're willing to take a bit of a risk. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is the fact that Scarlet and Violet booster boxes are just so dirt cheap right now. You're basically paying wholesale price on them. So there's a play to be had with $1,000 if you just want like a large quantity of stock to hold on to. Then Scarlet and Violet booster boxes could be a really good avenue to do that, because you're buying booster boxes for like $90. So that means instead of buying 2 Evolving Skies booster boxes, you could be buying like 10, maybe even 11, maybe even 2 cases if you play your cards right for $1,000 of like some of the newer sets. And so you have a whole lot more cards to actually like get your money into, rather than only having 2 booster boxes. So it kind of depends on the play that you want to make. But to be honest with you, the original question said 5 years, and I think over a 5-year time span, like even the most recent set, Paradox Rift, or coming up quickly, Paldean Fates, is going to do quite well in 5 years. That's going to take it outside of the reprint window. It's going to be like in 5 years from now, we're going to be like, wow, I wish I could open up some Paldea Evolved, or I wish I could open up some Paradox Rift. That set is 5 years old. It would be so cool to open it up. Like, we're in an era right now where, think about 5 years ago, people were opening up Unified Minds and Team Up and Cosmic Eclipse. Right in that, I mean, maybe 5 years ago, those sets weren't even out at, to be honest with you. So they were opening up like Unbroken Bonds and Burning Shadows. And they were like, yeah, these sets are kind of cool, but Pokemon wasn't like going crazy like it did during COVID. So people, I don't think they were thinking ahead, being, wow, these sets are going to be worth $800 per booster box 5 years from now. And I don't personally think that the Sword and Shield era booster boxes, Scarlet and Violet era booster boxes are going to see a huge increase like Sun and Moon booster boxes did, just because so many people came into the hobby during COVID. But I still think in 5 years there's a room for a lot of huge growth. The last thing I wanted to talk about on this question is I think Japanese is also could be a good play right now, because that Japanese market in North America is really, really going hot. I'm not sure how it's doing in like Europe and in Australia. I suspect it's doing good there too, because I actually saw someone else in the Discord community who was who was just recently in Japan. And apparently the prices there are just like absolutely astronomical compared to what they used to be as well, because they're taking advantage of the hype that Japanese cards have worldwide right now. So there's stuff like you have V-Star Universe, which is last year's, a little bit over a year old, of their high-class set. We have Shiny Treasure that just came out, which is cool. You, of course, have one of my favorites of all time, the Japanese 151 card, which is absolutely amazing with those Master Balls. And then there's also the 2-year-old one, VMAX Climax, which is also a banger set in the Japanese Pokemon card world. So there's that play to be had as well. Like, the world is your oyster when you have $1,000 to invest in Pokemon, is what I'm trying to get at. So lots of different options. Now, I said that was the last thing, but I actually have one more thing to talk about. Specialty sets. If you look back, look at like Shining Legends and Dragon Majesty, Hidden Fates out of the Sun and Moon era. All of those sets have done extremely, extremely well. Then we get into Sword and Shield. Champion's Path done extremely well. Shining Fates not done so good because they reprinted the crap out of it, and you could find it for so long it was just all over the place. But Celebrations, kind of out of print now, has done pretty well. And I would suspect Crown Zenith being the last set out of Sword and Shield, with the Galarian Gallery, which was amazing, one of the most fun sets I've ever opened in my life. I could see Crown Zenith doing very, very well. We go ahead into Scarlet and Violet 151, the first specialty set out of Scarlet and Violet era. Already we're seeing the nostalgia and the hype around that, bringing people back into Pokemon. I could see in 5 years, looking back, wow, Scarlet and Violet 151 was a banger set. I want to open more of that. And it also brought apart the demigod packs in English for the first time, which is absolutely mind-blowingly cool. So, specialty sets, another very interesting play you could make. So there's all these different options, and that's why I like this question so much, because realistically, I've only been talking about like specialty sets which don't have booster boxes, but then I've only been talking about booster boxes. There's also sleeve blisters that you could be buying. There's also single cards that you could be buying. The question specifically said sealed, but you could be buying singles. You could be buying slabs. You could be buying, loose packs. You could be buying anything. Collection boxes. There's so much cool stuff and opportunity in Pokemon right now, which is why this question had me thinking so much. So let's go to what a few other people said. First shout out goes to J Home, who says, wow, love the idea. I would probably get some 151 Japanese booster boxes too. Personally, I am quite big on Japanese 151. I think it's going to do really, really good. And shout out to Moff Dog. He says, as a financial advisor, I would advise one Evolving Skies box and 2 to 3 other products. 151 in Japanese is great. VMAX Climax is great. V-Star Universe. So he's kind of playing along the lines of one box of Evolving Skies. So that's kind of like one of the safer bets and more expensive bets, but also diversifying that portfolio a little bit by adding some Japanese cards in there as well. So there was also some talk about Chilling Reign. There was also some talk about V-Star Universe more again, and just like a whole slew of other kind of ideas, which was pretty cool. So once again, join that Discord community. If you like the content that I'm coming out with, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave a comment letting me know your choice of how you'd spend your $1,000. Thought it's a really cool thought experiment. And just to even take a step back, as Pokemon collectors, as Pokemon investors, we have limited resources, whether it's $1,000, $10,000. All of our resources are limited to some extent. So how are you spending your dollars wisely to collect and invest in Pokemon? It's an interesting topic. So if you want more of this content, let me know. And I appreciate you watching and joining me this far. Okay, so before we get to how I would spend my $1,000, which I think I've done a really good job at, to be honest with you, I got it down to $998.37. So I'm only leaving $1.63 on the table. Pretty epic. I'm going to be honest with you. I was pretty excited when I came up with that. But I wanted to talk about a little bit of risk management in Pokemon. So like I was just saying, we all have limited resources. It's good to spend your collection dollars or your investment dollars wisely and not to overdo it, because Pokemon is a hobby in my opinion. So just that financial disclaimer, and this isn't financial advice. I got to say that as well. But risk management, do we want to put all of our collection dollars or our investment dollars into all of our eggs in one basket, so to speak? So that was kind of like the original idea in the question, is where you'd put all your money into 2 boxes of Evolving Skies, which I don't think is a terrible play whatsoever. However, I think there's better opportunities taking on a little bit more risk with diversifying your portfolio, but you're also lessening the risk because you're diversifying the portfolio, if that makes sense. I think there's just better options than just putting all of your money into Evolving Skies, because some other booster boxes are going to do well too. Everything in Pokemon over time does well. And I'm not going to say that you're going to double or triple or 10 times your money. That's just I don't know, and no one will know until it happens. However, there's just the straight up economic law of supply and demand. As supply lessens and they stop reprinting this stuff, there's still going to be a demand, which is going to shoot the prices up. That's just the way that capitalism works, basically. A very limited understanding of it, but that's the way that the Pokemon market works. Less supply, still the same demand, the prices are going to start shooting up. So if we can diversify and open up our portfolio to have some of a little bit of everything, I'm really big at that. I have talked about it in quite a few videos where I say I personally like to dollar cost average in and just buy whatever is the current set. and just keep on buying that until the new set comes out. With whatever money that you have, every paycheck or every month, put a little bit more money into the current set, and pretty soon you're going to have some of every set, and that's going to work out really good, because not only are you not trying to guess the market, but you're going to have some of everything. So you're going to have some of the sets that do okay. You're going to have some of the sets like Rebel Clash that isn't a great set, and it might not ever do anything too much, but you're also going to hit the ones like Team Up or like Evolving Skies, where you're going to buy for a good price, and then those ones are going to skyrocket in value over time as those sets they spread out, and we figure out which sets are really loved and which sets are medium loved and which sets aren't loved. So if you have a little bit of everything, you're going to hit the huge winners, you're going to hit the middle ground ones, and you're going to hit the ones that don't do much of anything, but you're never going to miss out on those big wins either. So that's how I like to spend my collection dollars. So yeah, that was just a little bit of risk aversion or risk management. Think about what you're doing. Don't potentially put all your eggs in one basket. And I like to diversify and just like continue buying up Pokemon as it comes out. Anyways, let's get to what I'm spending my collection dollars on. Here's the list. So I got one Evolving Skies booster box for $464.49. One Chilling Reign booster box for $158.41. Two Crown Zenith Elite Trainer boxes, $85.30. For the two of those, they're $42.65 each. That's the like middle column there. Then we have one Paldea Evolved and one Paradox Rift booster box out of the new Scarlet and Violet era. So those are $98.84 and $94.73 respectively as I'm recording this. And then finishing it off with two Scarlet and Violet 151 Elite Trainer boxes. I just couldn't deny the fact that nostalgia and the fact that like it's reaching out into the people who grew up with Pokemon in the late 90s and early 2000s is just going to hit a little different. So those are both $48.30 coming to $96.60. All of that added up comes to $998.37. So I am only leaving $1.63 left on the table. I feel like I just spent my hypothetical collection dollars really well, and I got lots of value for it. But the last disclaimer I want to put out there, if you do some searching and go on Facebook groups and look on eBay and do all this stuff, and even like buy multiple things from one seller, you might be able to get some deals. Quite often, I find myself paying less than market price, especially if I'm buying a few different things. So just keep your eye out. Don't be in a hurry. There's always opportunity in Pokemon. Now, we got to finish off the video. So I love 151. We're going to open 10 packs of it and see what we pull. Okay, so let me know what you think. This question got me really excited, to be honest with you. I have been pondering it for the last day and a half at work, trying to figure out my thoughts on it, and then I kind of just rambled about it on the video. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit all those buttons and let me know what you think in the comments. I'm really interested to hear what you can come up with $1,000 right now at current market prices. Anyways, I'm also a collector, so it's all about opening up some packs as well. There's something about opening up Pokemon packs that really gets me excited all the time, and 151 does it better than most, I'm going to be honest with you. That just reminded me. I don't know if any of you are golf fans, but there's a specific, when Tiger Woods is putting on the 17th green at TPC Sawgrass a long time ago, and he's got this really long putt, it's a double breaker, and the announcer's like, Johnny, that's better than most. Better than most! And then Tiger Woods sinks the putt, obviously, and the crowd goes wild, and I go wild. Sometimes I just watch highlights like that and get all hyped up about it. It's pretty fun, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a nerd. Charizard! Let's go. Hopefully that's a sign to come. I have pulled the special illustration rare Charizard quite a few times, but always on live stream, never for myself. So wouldn't that be something if I could do it? Ooh, Hollow Energy. I do like those. But seriously, this set, I don't know if I'm ever going to get bored of it because it just brings that nostalgia back so much. I'm going to be honest with you. There's something about, I know all the Pokemon 151. Like, there was also talk recently, I can't remember, maybe it was just in the comments, but like some of the Scarlet and Violet era, Carp, Carp. Some of the Scarlet and Violet era Pokemon or the Paldean Pokemon don't really have that, like, hello, Squirtle. That's a nice hit right there, actually. A very nice hit. I like it. Anyways, the Paldean Pokemon, there's not a lot of memorable Pokemon in this new generation of Pokemon. Whereas, literally, there's so many memorable Pokemon in, like, the first, I want to say 2 generations of Pokemon. But definitely the first generation. Like, the Kanto Pokemon is definitely where it's at. I'm here for it. So, as much as some people get bored of them continually printing the original 151, it's just, I get it. That's all I'm going to say. So, yeah. Anyways, coming up, Paldean Fates is nearly upon us. Another Hollow Energy. And I am pretty excited about it. Honestly, I think I've opened 3 shiny treasure boxes, and I think it's going to be good. Caterpie. All right, another illustration rare. So we got the Charizard EX. We got a Caterpie. We got that Squirtle, which is a nice hit. Let's see if we can get another hit out of here. Or can we pull another... Ooh. The Hollow Lightning Energy has done very good things to me in this set, and it has let me down a few times, but it's also produced some of my best pulls ever on live stream. Yes, sir! Erica's Invitation. Special illustration rare. That is what I'm talking about. See? The Lightning Energy Hollow is what does it. Let's go. Let's go. I have 2 of these at PSA right now on getting graded, but that is sexy. I don't know if you saw it, but I just got my Japanese version of that card graded as a PSA 10, which is a total banger of the card. I mean, this is turning out to be a good video. Let's go, baby. Erica's Invitation, special illustration rare. I didn't even think it was anything because that supporter card has the kind of lighter silver border. So that's pretty amazing. I love it. I love it. And still 2 packs left. 4 hits. 2 packs left. A couple Hollow Energies as well. Man, this set just always delivers, it seems like. I love it. I love it. All right. What are you guys getting excited about Pokemon in the Pokemon scene? Is there anything? Paldean Fates? Temporal Forces? I think 2024 is going to be a really good year for Pokemon. Looking forward to it. Anyways, this is the last pack. This is the last pack. Can we get a 5th hit? There is seriously nothing to complain about here in the 10 packs that we've opened up. It's a good one. Come on. Nothing there. Nothing there. I am totally okay with what that delivered. We got the Caterpie illustration rare. The Squirtle, worth a couple bucks, that's for sure. The Charizard EX. And the special illustration rare, Erica's Invitation. That is what I'm talking about. That's going to do it for me at the Poke Office. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And until my next one, peace.